In today's video I'm sharing an overview on UK fraud issues identified after my review of a paper published by the UK Home Office called The Scale and Nature of Fraud and my reading of the latest Fraudscape report from CIFAS. So let's get right into today's video. Hi and welcome to Fin Crime Agent, my YouTube channel where I'm covering topics related to anti-money laundering and financial crime prevention. With my video today I will discuss some fraud-related figures from two UK reports in order to expand about the fraud issue specifically for the UK. As always, to read the full report, please check the description of this video where you will find links directing you to the original papers. So let's bring up some slides and talk in more details about UK fraud issues and the numbers behind it. So let's start with fraud connections with other crimes. It was noted in the Home Office report the connection between fraud crimes and other criminal activities, some of which include counterfeiting, bribery, hacking, theft, money laundering, and others. Due to the definition of money laundering, this specific crime is more intrinsically linked to fraud. In fact, most fraud cases are also convicted of money laundering and vice versa. Let's also look into the magnitude of fraud. The figures reported in the Home Office report indicates that with about 5.2 million offences, fraud and cybercrime are almost matching the total volume of all other crimes included in the crime survey for England and Wales. Fraud-related crimes represent 31% and cybercrimes, which is mentioned in the report under computer misuse, is accounted at 16% of all the CSEW crimes, based on the 2017 data. Additionally, the National Fraud Intelligence Bureau recorded a steady increase of fraud since 2011. This trend is also backed by the latest Fraudscape report dated 2020, showing that in 2019 they saw the highest volume of cases ever recorded to the National Fraud Database, which is up by 13% from the prior year. Let's now check the fraud reimbursement and related losses. The Home Office analysis indicates that almost 25% of fraud victims are not reimbursed of their losses. Based on 2017 Office for National Statistics data, over 60% of the fraud incidents were linked to a personal loss below £250. However, 5% faced an overall loss of £2,500 or more. A more reassuring data for the consumers is the percentage of fraud reimbursed by banks, with 86% of bank and credit account fraud fully reimbursed. But how victims of fraud are actually impacted? In the Home Office report, I also learned about other non-financial consequences faced by fraud victims. Under Chapter 6, you can read that the range of non-financial impacts that a victim can suffer are vast and can have profound effects on individuals, for example, their relationships, physical and mental health, and reputation. Also, the impact on fraud victims are not necessarily linked to the scale of the financial loss. So, in summary, a number of other aspects within the lives of the fraud victims are touched beside the potential financial losses when those incidents take place. And I can relate a lot with that part, as I sadly experienced it directly not too long ago. In one of my videos from last year, I have shared on my channel my own personal experience as a victim of fraud. So if you are interested, feel free to take a look at the video linked right above to see what I was saying in that video. Let's now look at who is mostly targeted. The analysis on the Home Office report indicated that fraud victims were more likely to be part of higher income families working in managerial or professional occupations and be between the age of 25 and 54. This contradicts the commonly held perception that fraud is only a concern among the elderly. Also, the reports say that most became victims only once. However, this was caveated by the fact that the data may conceal the actual true level of reoccurrence. Looking at the fraud from the angle of corporates and financial institutions, a large increase of facility takeover was indicated in the latest Fraudscape report, with about 32,000 cases in 2019, and this is up by 34% from 2018. Telecommunication products, including mobile phones, were the most targeted, accounting for more than half of the cases. Under the misuse of facility category, bank accounts were the most targeted products, with London area as the most effective region in the UK, showing a 45% increase from 2018 to 2019. Another area of fraud that was unfortunately increasing in 2019 was internal fraud. According to Fraudscape report, internal fraud went up by 13%, with theft of cash from an employer and theft of cash from a customer as the most recurring dishonest action. And with that, I'm at the end of today's video. I hope the information shared are useful and that you've learned something new regarding fraud in the UK. If you have enjoyed my video, remember to subscribe to FinCrime Agent and press the bell so you can get notified as soon as new videos are going live on my channel. Check the description of this video for useful links and references, including those two reports that I have analyzed throughout my video. And in the description you will also find my patreon.com page, where you can support FinCrime Agent project and become part of my patreon.com community. So thank you for watching. I hope this was useful, and until next time, see you soon.